Ladies and gentlemen, announcing the arrival of a very special guest headed by Yang Berhormat Dr. Maximus Ongkili, His Excellency Dr. Hamadoun Touré, the Secretary General, International Telecommunication Union, as well as other VIPs.
Close your eyes and lean back. You are here.
Ladies and gentlemen, announcing the arrival of Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Abdullah bin Haji Ahmad Badawi, Prime Minister of Malaysia, and Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Muhammad Najib bin Tun Abdul Razak. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri a big round of applause. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh, and good evening. Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Abdullah bin Haji Ahmad Badawi, Prime Minister of Malaysia, also Chairman of Impact's International Advisory Board. Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Muhammad Najib bin Tun Abdul Razak, Deputy Prime Minister of Malaysia, His Excellency Dr. Hamadoun Touré, Secretary General, International Telecommunication Union, Yang Berhormat Datuk Dr. Maximus Ongkili, Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Malaysia, Yang Bahagia Tan Sri Muhammad Siddiq Haji Hassan, Chief Secretary to the Government of Malaysia, Yang Berusaha Encik Muhammad Nur Amin, Chairman of the Management Board of Impact, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the official launch of Impact's new global headquarters here in Cyberjaya. We are indeed honored to be able to welcome Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Abdullah bin Haji Ahmad Badawi, the Prime Minister of Malaysia, accompanied today by Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Muhammad Najib bin Tun Abdul Razak, the Deputy Prime Minister of Malaysia, to officiate at this event today. Thank you, Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri. We'd also like to express our sincere appreciation to all other guests for your presence and support. Ladies and gentlemen, to begin the program, may we call upon Yang Berusaha Encik Muhammad Nur Amin, Chairman of the Management Board of Impact, to deliver the welcome address. Ladies and gentlemen, Encik Muhammad Nur Amin.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Honorable Datuk Seri Abdullah Ahmad Badawi, Prime Minister of Malaysia and Chairman of Impact International Advisory Board, the Honorable Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak, the Deputy Prime Minister of Malaysia, His Excellency Dr. Hamadoun Touré, Secretary General of the International Telecommunication Union and founding member of the Impact International Advisory Board, the Honorable Datuk Maximus Ongkili, the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Muhammad Siddiq, the Chief Secretary to the Government of Malaysia, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests, partners and friends. It is not just an honor, but also such a wonderful, wonderful treat for all of us at Impact to be able to open our doors today of our new home and to share them with all of you. And it is especially meaningful for all of us to have Prime Minister Abdullah Ahmad Badawi, the man whose vision brought life to Impact to be with us on our special day. We are ever so grateful for the presence of Datuk Sri Najib, the Deputy Prime Minister of Malaysia, for taking time off your busy schedule. I know today is Cabinet Day, so it must have been a very full schedule for you. Thank you, Datuk Sri, for being with us. A special welcome to the Secretary General of the International Telecommunication Union and a good friend, Dr. Hamadun Toure, who has flown all the way here from Switzerland. Dr. Toure was initially scheduled to be in Washington. We are very pleased that he's able to give priority to Kuala Lumpur and to be with us today. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by sharing with you the unique partnership between IMPACT, the world's first global partnership against cyber terrorism, and the International Telecommunications Union. The International Telecommunication Union, or the ITU, is the oldest and most respected UN agency. In fact, it is older than the United Nations itself. With a history of over 100 years old, it is their work at the Union that today makes it possible for us to just pick up our phone and make a call without having to cross through operators or national borders. It is also through their work that standardization of much of the things that we take for granted today, from our television sets to our mobile phones, are being used widely in the world. The International Telecommunications Union is indeed a very special partner to us, and we are privileged to have them here with us today. We are also very pleased in the short time since 8 months ago, when the Prime Minister formally launched IMPACT, to have such a distinguished array of partners, both among governments as well as the private sector. Interpol, the International Police Organization, is another key partner to IMPACT. With 182 member states, the partnership with Interpol is also crucial to IMPACT. I just received this morning the Secretary General of Interpol's letter sending his regards and his apologies for not being able to be with us today. Besides the Interpol, and of course our primary partner, the ITU, we're also very, very privileged to have extended cooperation with various United Nations organizations such as the Counterterrorism Executive Directorate and the Office of Drug and Crime. We are especially privileged to have partners not just among the governments, but also among the private sector. Some of the world's largest names, some of the global names that we know and we take for granted, and household names, are with us at IMPACT. People, and I am afraid I just have to take a sample of a few, like the likes of Symantec Corporation, Kaspersky Labs, Trend Micro, F-Secure, are all key partners to IMPACT. And I wish to share with you that IMPACT has paved the way for a very unique partnership. Many of these companies, as we know, are business competitors to one another. And yet, in order to help the global community, they have put their competitive hats away and helped IMPACT build our Global Response Center, our systems that are today going to be progressively rolled out to all the ITU member nations. We are very grateful for this partnership, and we are very grateful for the help and your support. We also have friends and partners who are here today, people the likes of Microsoft, Dell, and Cisco, who have contributed enormously to bringing up IMPACT and the facilities you see today, both the physical facilities, the software, and the infrastructure that will be progressively rolled out across the world from Cyberjaya. We would also like to pay tribute to our training partners, the EC Council and the SANS Institute of Washington, for their support and for establishing a $2 million grant in support of training, half of which are applicable to developing nations. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the opening of this building is not just the opening of the facility. To us at IMPACT, it is a new start, a whole new start, a start of a world of possibilities. Next month, the Global Response Center, which some of our invited guests will be able to see in the tour of the building after this event, will be going live. We eventually will be rolling out our services to 191 member countries, the members of the International Telecommunications Union. And I'm happy to say, Dr. Toure, with the support of your staff, and we've been having discussions with them the last 2 days, we have identified 15 pioneer countries to be the recipients of the Global Response Center in the next month or so. By May, IMPACT will be launching its first global cyber training calendar, and the cyber training courses will be rolled out progressively to all the member nations of IMPACT. The labs facilities that we have, which are on the first floor of the building, is to facilitate collaboration between global universities. IMPACT is pleased to have 25 of the world's finest universities to be with us today. And from Malaysia, we have the University of Science of Malaysia, representing the Malaysian IT community, the student community. And the latest addition is the University College of Dublin, which is the Interpol Center of Excellence for Training. With all such fine partners, I believe that the future for IMPACT looks very positive and rosy indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, before I end my speech, I would like to take this opportunity to say a few words in appreciation and in tribute to the chairman of our International Advisory Board, Prime Minister Dr. Sri Abdullah Ahmad Badawi, without whose vision and support we wouldn't be here today. Dr. Sri, I remembered when we spoke to you on the concept of IMPACT, you were very supportive from the start. There were many of those who thought that Malaysia wouldn't be able to do it, Malaysians wouldn't be able to do it. And today I think we have the support of the global community, from industry, from governments, from academia, to prove that yes, we can. Ladies and gentlemen, I will end my speech by bidding you a very, very warm welcome in our new home, and I wish you a very, very pleasurable and delightful evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Wano. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our pleasure to now invite His Excellency Dr. Hamadoun Toure, Secretary General of the International Telecommunication Union, ITU, to deliver his address.
Thank you. Excellency Prime Minister, Excellency Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Malaysia, Chairman, IMPACT Management Board, members of IMPACT Advisory Board, distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I wish to start by thanking IMPACT and the government of Malaysia for the very warm hospitality given to me and to all my colleagues from ITU. It is a great pleasure and an honor for me to be here today for the inauguration of IMPACT headquarters. Indeed, my friend, we really feel home here in IMPACT. We have all been waiting for this day with very, very big anticipation. Cyber threats have become one of the biggest global issues of our time. My sincere thanks to His Excellency Prime Minister, whose vision and commitment to address this global issue responds to the expectations of the world leaders during the World Summit on Information Society, the WSIS, as we call it. Prime Minister, you had this vision, and you put this vision into practice, and today it is a reality in a very, very short time. As the United Nations agency entrusted by world leaders to coordinate a global response to building confidence and security in the issue of ICT, ITU highly appreciates the support of the government of Malaysia and commends His Excellency, the Prime Minister, for his leadership in this regard. The proliferation of always-on connections has created a global network of open conduits. While this brings untold benefits in terms of access to information and knowledge, on an unprecedented scale, it has also led to vast quantities of malware and spyware circulating freely on the internet, and an alarming rise in the number and scale of cyber threats, cyber criminals, and cyber terrorists. What use is access to communications if we cannot guarantee peace and safety online?